member of the UN mediation team and security analyst Emmanuel Bombande is of the opinion plans and laws alone will not ensure peaceful elections on December 7. He and speakers at an election colloquium organized by the Star Ghana Foundation in collaboration with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Center have prescribed naming and shaming individuals in media houses which incite violence and spread misinformation as one of the ways to curb violence in the upcoming election.
The colloquium was to consider lessons learned from previous elections to ensure the 2020 election is peaceful. In setting the tone for the conversation, the executive director of CDD Ghana, Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh, highlighted some red flags which could negatively impact the peacefulness of the polls.
What really is on our minds mostly when we talk about election peace and security, the issue of political vigilantism, which has been a matter that has come to the fore certainly since the 2008 elections, but even before that. But I think has grown and gained greater national notoriety since the 2016 elections. I think it began to emerge soon after the elections in a number of post-election incidents, as well as during the transition between the two parties. But I think it reached its lowest ebb with the events surrounding the Ayawaso West Wagon by-election.
Superintendent Henry Ayisi Mensah, who represented the IGP, assured a number of measures have been instituted to avert some of the lapses identified in previous elections.
As the lead internal security organization and the chair of the National Election Security Task Force, we acknowledge the fact that the stakes are high in terms of security. So a number of pragmatic measures have been put in place towards the forthcoming election before, during and after. We have conducted a very comprehensive threat assessment, and we've identified quite a number of issues that we think can have a negative impact on the forthcoming elections.
Member of the UN mediation team, Emmanuel Bombande, was however of the opinion the plans and laws alone will not suffice.
I am committed to non-violence in the elections rather than there is a law on vigilance. The two are different. So when you say the law on vigilantism will deal with you on a political platform, you are transferring responsibility for somebody else to do something. And you enumerated the difficulties about that. But when you begin with I, for example, I sitting here, I'm committed to non-violence. That is me. Before then we talk about anything else. It makes a difference. I wish there could be the type of support for our Peace Council to engage in the inter-party dialogue. For example, not all what you cannot do, but I know they are working with our think tanks and civil society. I know, for example, a lot of this has happened already with CDD Ghana across the region.
The Electoral Commission on its part says it remains ready to deliver on its mandate. Chairman of the National Peace Council, Reverend Ernest Edujimfi, highlighted the challenge of religious leaders making pronouncements which could spark conflict.
Well, we are all worried about the ministers who give prophecies and things concerning election. Our appeal to them is that as much as possible, we believe that prophecy still exists, that we need to exercise wisdom in speaking out some of these things so that we don't create unnecessary tension in our country. From the angle of the Peace Council, because of our representation on the council with the various heads of religious organizations, we are seeking to use our members to appeal to their people to do the best they can to tone down some of these things.
There was a call for the naming and shaming of media houses which incite violence and spread misinformation.